Hey folks, it's Ted Cantu. I'm here at the Miracle Mindshift. Today is day 85 of subconscious programming. What does that mean? If you're brand new to the show, I have basically reprogrammed my subconscious mind. I eliminated all kinds of negative programming. Teachers, old relationships, bosses, neighbors, friends, landlords, family, step parents. Oh God, high school people. Got rid of it. Feels good. Feels clean. Feels like I just arrived on the planet. Let me tell you. I highly recommend doing this process. What does that mean? Ultimately, is I'm manifesting new stuff, new relationships, better situations, greater environments, clients, financial, health, everything. It's all new, better, and new improved. I'm Ted Cantu, ex-art director from Chicago, New York, and Detroit. Here, sharing with you amazing stuff. See this? The art and science of personal magnetism. Now, what is that? Well, I'll get into the author in a bit, but I want to share with you magnetism is a skill set that is rarely taught, that is the missing piece in between NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, manifestation, law of attraction, and probably sales and interpersonal relationships. Some people have it. Some people have to develop it. Some people don't even know it exists. And because of that, it could be the missing reason why you're not doing well in sales or getting clients or attracting the right types of people in your life to help you on your journey. This particular book was written back in 1930 by Ted Cantu, hiding out in France for some unknown reason. If anybody knows a story about that, please contact me because I have no idea what that's about. But I do know Ted Cantu is actually William Atkinson. And he's supposedly, he's written this one too, The Cabellion. Any truth to that? That's what I heard. I don't know. As different authors. Wow. Um, who knows? I don't know. All these great books that were banned by the powers that be was because they didn't want you to become powerful or self-sufficient in any way. I am here as living proof to share with you real experiences about taking these actual studies and putting them into motion to create real manifestation, real stories, and strategies that you can use. So, welcome to the show. Long introduction as always, but I want you to know that we are doing some real work here. So, anyway, I got a whole list of notes right here. And magnetism is something that can be described in two different parts. One is breathing through meditation, repetitious breathing. We're looking at Hinduism to an extent. I'm going to see if I can make this simple for you. So when we talk about prana, is the life force in the air. Some of us can see it when you look outside. look up at the sky and you'll see like little wiggly, they look like little fish, like little tiny tadpoles in the air. You'll see them. They're gray. And you can breathe this stuff in. That's the life force. That's the best way I can explain it. And some say you can't see it at all. So I don't know. I've heard two different ways. The point is, there's life quality in the air that you breathe. When you breathe it into your body, it strengthens up your major organs, and you are able to do really incredible things. The pranic breath. Let's leave it there for a minute. Second thing that you want to do is think about your nerve center, which is pretty much inanimate. It's connected to your spine, but you want to give it the proper nutrition, minerals, liquid minerals, apple cider vinegar. I know it sounds crazy, but there's a book by Bragg on apple cider vinegar that deals with nerve force. I would look into that. I would study it. That's another hidden chapter that goes into your whole manifestation process. It often gets ignored. When I talk to people about law of attraction, universe, quantum physics, manifesting anything, it's always about, well, just think happy thoughts and things will happen. Law of attraction, that's how it works. It's deeper than that. The magnetic frequency attracting what's inside of our bodies, how to make it activated, how to nourish your heart center, which is the seat of the spirit center, the heart. The brain, the limbic center, has to have the proper nutrition. Wow. I mean, I'm looking at like the stuff that we talked about in the brain health episode. Feeding the limbic center drives the emotions to our organs. You want to have the proper brain chemistry. Okay. So what does this do for you? Well, it manifests what you want. I'll give you my example. This is the craziest thing. So the reason why we're in this set today is because my family owns Soaring Eagle Casino. We had a new food court coming. I wanted to go see it. I wanted to experience all the cool new stuff we got. We got Bookaboo, how is it? Bookaboo burritos. Guy Fieri has Chicken Guy, chicken restaurant with chicken sandwiches and 35 different types of sauces. I thought that was really cool. And then there's this Bonaro New York pizzeria place that's really great. And then there was Ike's Sub Shop, which I thought was really cool, like 45 brand new sandwiches. So I wanted to try this place. And what happened was we had the snowstorm coming in. Now you have to imagine, I was looking forward to this opening, so I really wanted to go. And I was not going to have no for an answer. And I told the universe, no, you're not going to have a snowstorm. It's not going to happen. I'm going to get over there and I want to be there for the food court opening. So we got 2 days of rain. You can say what you want to say, but we're going head to head. My manifestation, my magnetic force against the universe. Here's what I want. Deliver it to me. So it rained for 2 days. We get over there We check into the hotel, my mom and I. They tell us the food court's not going to be open until the 15th. I said, no, I don't believe that. So I waited and I said, I can't believe the universe would do this to me. I refuse to believe it. And what happened was, uh, I ate at the sports bar. I had a nice big salad, would not let it go. I said, this is unfair and unreasonable. The next day, I'm leaving the diner. I had pancakes. I'm walking back to my hotel room. The big gate for the food court was open for business, and people are walking out with big, gigantic sandwiches and pizzas. And oh my God, it's so cool. I said, you know what? What's going on? And the employees walk over and says, it's a soft opening today. We're doing it for one day only. We want to test all the restaurants and make sure things are working right for the guests. So I said, okay, cool. Let me in. I get in there. The rest is history. Here's some pictures right here. That's the number one sub in my casino right now. It's called the Soaring Eagle. It's roast beef on Asiago cheese baked bread with lettuce, tomato, red onion, beer battered onion rings, and barbecue sauce. Hello. It's amazing. I had to have, I had the first, one of the first ones made. Scout's Honor. And it was awesome. So, what happens next? The storm came. Well, we left early after 2 days. My mom had to be there for a doctor's thing. So I was a good son. I was the driver. I got her home. And the news media was saying this. They're going, it's the worst storm of the year. It's the worst storm of the century. It's the worst. You know how they do. They like fear. And I said, no, 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 no. I kept driving, and we had beautiful weather all the way home. We will not be stuck on the road coming home. I would not accept the storm fear mentality. I used my magnetic force again to drive us home. I said, I blocked everything. I get back to Walled Lake, Michigan. I, I said, now you can storm. Now you can snow. Do whatever you want to do. And look at the pictures. It did. Like within an hour, the storm came. We had clear skies, dry roads, and it came. Now we got a storm, and it was pretty bad. A lot of snow. I refused to let this happen to me. Say it's a coincidence. That's fine. But you would have to like really stack all this stuff up and go, well, you know, there's too many of them. How'd you do it? How'd you navigate your way through? It's all mental force. Being in the right place at the right time, sure, but also having the ability to not accept other people's negativity. I didn't I kind of went head to head with the weather people. And I refused to believe that we were going to shut our food court down. I wanted in. Wow. I did another thing here too. My uncle went to U of M hospital. They were not going to let me in with him for his surgery. He would never find his way in the maze down below U of M hospital to his surgery room. There's no way. It's like a maze down there. It's like a whole city down there. This woman would not let me down there, this guard. And I projected my caring of my uncle into that guard, that I was family and I was here for a reason. I told my uncle not to fear, not to worry. I was here for him, and he would have to find me 3 stories above, where I'd be waiting for him on a couch. I'd be here for him, and not to worry. This insensitive guard changed her heart like that. Like you can't hear the you can't hear the snaps on the Zoom microphone. I'm so sorry, but I went to snap, like snap, and it was like the guard at the Emerald City at Wizard of Oz, the movie. And she was like, "You can take your uncle down below. That there's no problem. You can go now." And my uncle couldn't believe it. That was the first time I ever used magnetism. I thought it was cool. And I took him down there and we got in. Um, these are short stories. I will probably be talking about this for a couple different episodes. So I want to keep it short and simple. I don't want you to get freaked out and go, "Oh, wow, I'm going to lose you in all the lore." I wrote lots of cool stuff here about how to use magnetism from this book that was written back in 1930. That the powers that be don't want you to find out. And you know what's funny about it is that a lot of people I talk to about sales, they do a lot of posturing, like, "Well, we're doing great things, we're making lots of money and stuff." I'm like, wow, I know that's not true. Because I just know, okay? But if you put these practices to use, you would really create some amazing outcomes. The one thing I'll tell you, and I'm going to stop because I don't want to keep talking, is when you compromise with people of low integrity for any reason, it could be family, it could be, and I've seen it in business too. So let's say, for example, my cousin is not a bad guy. He's really a great guy if you get to know him. Yeah, didn't he stab somebody and go to prison for like 8 years? Yeah, but you gotta get to know him. And he really needs you to vouch for him. Wants to lend him $8,000. Can you do it? No, no. That's a bad example, but I'm telling you, I'm not gonna do compromises to make weak people feel good about themselves when it's going to jeopardize my family and myself. Take personal responsibility, please, because here's what happens. But the spiritually unaware, you need to be told. You may not mean to hurt me or my family, but me, I take you in. I try to do the right thing. Something goes wrong on your end. It affects someone who doesn't deserve it. Probably the weakest member of my family. When you study universal law, I never know where it's going to hit. It could hit, and I don't want to put this in motion. Let's just say, for example, it could hit somebody who's the weakest in my family, and she or he didn't even do anything to deserve it. All because I did a stupid thing and I let someone in with bad energy, bad karma. I don't do this often, but I'll do it. There's a movie I watched over the weekend. I wanted to see it, but it's going to be your homework assignment. I want you to watch this movie. I want you to watch Wilson with Woody Harrelson. It's hilarious. It's written by Daniel Clowes, who was a comic book writer who did graphic novels. I met him in college. I actually went to Chicago Comics and met him at a party a long time ago. But he does really cool stuff. He does 8 Ball. He does I think he might have did Lloyd Llewellyn. That is a long time ago. Um, but Wilson is a really tragic character, and it's a cool movie. But it's all about trying to do the right thing, but really compromising with the wrong people to find happiness, and your life can go down the toilet. The movie's funny. Got some very funny, it's very well written. It's amazing. But when you study the spiritual laws, you kind of like, you really just kind of like look at things a whole different way. So, anyway, that's all I got to say. Magnetism. You should study it. It's essential. Let's leave it there. My name is Ted Cantu. You can always find me at tedcantu.com for those who don't know me. And if you got some spiritual questions or anything you want to talk about or ideas for the show, give me a shout at tedcantu.com, tedcantu@gmail.com, and phone number is right there. It's 277-614-1. See, we make it easy. I don't do like Ted Cantu / G I #1 capital T, whatever. Life's confusing enough. Make it simple. So anyway, we got courses available. We got some new things coming out in 2024. Welcome to the new set. This is the Sports Bar edition. And we got our new food court. And that's the reason why I'm showing you this background. And it's so cool. And we got pictures to prove it. And it's wild. When you get on the right side of the universe, man, stuff happens. Amazing stuff happens. That's the only place I want to operate in. I don't want to operate in hatred, guilt, backstabbing, memories, resentments. We had this word in my family, vendettas. I don't want that stuff, man. It doesn't work with me. More importantly, I want to hear your stories. I want to hear your miracles. I want to hear what you're doing with this great information that we're giving away. That's the cool stuff. Anyway, if you're in corporate hell, like I used to be, oh man, I was ready for a straitjacket back then. Contact us. Let's get you out of it. Or if you're young, you got step parents that are just horrendous, life gets better. A hell of a lot better. Watch the show. I'm here to help all people all around the world to meet, and change, and achieve your best life. You can start over anytime. Don't let people tell you have to be a certain age to do what you want to do. You're too young, you're too old. That's nonsense. There's no such thing as time. Did you know that? It's all about spirit, man. Colonel Sanders was no spring chicken. No pun intended. He built an empire in his 80s. Don't be a victim. Don't live like one. There's no time to stop. And let me say this. Don't fall in love with your sadness. Run with the bulls. Come with me. I'll show you a way out. Soar with the eagles. You like that? Remember, if I can overcome my challenges, you can too. This is Ted Cantu with the win and Miracle Mindshift. Wishing you the best. 2024. Thanks for watching. We'll see you online.